Actually, no. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Hold on.
No, you muted yourself, Kevin. There you go. All right, you ready? Going live in 3, 2, 1, go.
Cooling, just cooling. We are. No, not us personally, not us personally.
Thank you all for tuning in yet again. I'm Corey Showtime. That is my good buddy Kevin Monroe, cooning as usual. And this is the Showtime and Kev podcast. Thank you for tuning in yet another week. We have survived yet another week. We haven't caught the COVID. We haven't gotten sick. We haven't shot anybody. Kev, how you doing, man?
I stopped asking people how you're doing, and I start asking people how you holding up.
Yeah.
Because it feels a little weird to ask people how they're doing, because you're like, what do you mean how I'm doing? This shit ain't cool.
Yeah, I'm out here in these streets, man. You living in the same nightmare we are. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's customary to say how you doing, but yeah, right now it's like how you holding up. But
yeah.
to answer your question, I mean, there've been some days where I've just been like, all right, are we there yet? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know exactly how you feel, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, out in these streets, man, people are just kind of like people wearing the inside clothes outside,
Yeah. I've seen a lot of pajamas in Trader Joe's. More than usual.
Yep. More than usual, yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, I'm used to, girls wearing the juicy pajamas out there, but, like, now it's like they got the full onesie and shit, so it's like, what the fuck's going on?
Right. I mean, it's so jarring now. Like, the other day I saw this woman just walking by, and she had, like, a nice dress on and high heels, and I was like, where the hell are you going?
It's like, where have you found to go?
Right. It's like she looked like she came out of a spaceship. You're like, who are you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
But other than that, man, doing all right. Oh, we need to start the show right.
Oh, that's right. In order for us to properly do the Showtime and Kev podcast, Kevin has to give his island intro. So, Kevin, if you would be so kind.
In the name of one call and proselyte, conquering tribe of Judah, King of Kings and Santa Cruz, reggae music festival of the Rascal are going up in this piece. Lord of mercy. Brat. Book. Yaga yow.
Nothing's a guan. Kevin, if you could do that one more time, because I just realized I hadn't gone live yet, so now we could do it.
Yeah, we couldn't start the show without it anyway. So.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Corey Showtime.
I'm Kevin Monroe.
And in order to start the Showtime and Kev podcast, we need Kevin to do his own intro. Kevin, if you'd be so kind.
In the name of the one called Emperor Selassie, conquering tribe of Judah, King of Kings and Strength of Music Festival, but the Rascal are going up in this piece. Black Lives Matter, Lord of mercy. Pop. More fire.
Thank you so much, Kevin. If there are any white people watching, they are now appropriately uncomfortable. Welcome to yet another week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for still being alive. Thank you for not catching the COVID. Thank you for not shooting your fellow man out there in the streets. It is a crazy time to be alive. I was just talking to Kevin before I learned how to press the go live button. We were discussing how we're no longer going to say, how are you? Or how you doing? We're just going to say, how you holding up? Because it doesn't really make sense. We're all living through the same nightmare.
We already kind of know how you doing. It's like, man, it's messed up right now. What do you want?
Yeah, like things are hot out there in these streets. But to get right into it, we all had something. At least those of us who have fancy themselves educated and intellectuals. Hey, what's going on, Steve Barron? Check it out. There was something for us to cheer about, to have some joy over. At least not to be, shoveling dirt on the dead or kicking somebody when they down, but at least those of us that are fans of karma, Trump got the COVID, ladies and gentlemen. Celebrate good time. Come on.
I know, right? I mean, when I heard that, the first thing I did was, and the second thing was I pulled out one of my old jazz records.
Sorry.
Louis Armstrong, I'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal, you.
I'll be glad when you're dead, you rascal, you.
For real. So for anybody out there who's like, well, that's inappropriate to wish somebody was dead. Yeah. Talk to Louis Armstrong about it, okay?
Yeah.
He was 100 years ago. They made no bones about it. They were like, that dude's gotta go.
Yeah, and they used to hang us up in the streets, and that was like what y'all did for like fun. That was just like that was a gathering. That was like a picnic, which is also a racist word. But either way, I'm getting too far off the point. Trump got the COVID. That shit's hilarious. What else is hilarious? Several other high-ranking members of the Republican Party have gotten the COVID. If only there was like a little face covering they all could have worn that could have prevented them from spreading such a disastrous disease.
Yeah, who could have seen this coming? There was no way to know that this would happen.
Baffled, Kevin. Just baffled.
Yeah, I mean, the scientists are completely puzzled. Like, what can we do about this?
Right?
But I mean, it's like watching a dude like drink a whole bottle of whiskey and jump in a car and drive at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then crash. You're like,
no.
What the hell do you think would happen? Everybody
shit.
telling him, dude, don't get in the car. Don't get it. All right, fine, get in the car. See what happens.
Oh, this tea. I'm telling you.
The metaphorical tea or the actual tea you're drinking?
Both are pretty good. It's just ironic. I made the joke on my Facebook page that like Trump getting COVID-19 is like the fourth or fifth disease he's given Melania that we know about, and it's just ironic. It's just painfully ironic. We all know he's going to be okay. I hate to say that out loud, but we all know he's going to be okay because unlike the rest of Americans, he has good health care. So
right. Yeah, and the funny thing is, he has Obamacare.
Yeah, because like Kevin, you brought it up the other day that we had been like 2 weeks away from like Trump's new healthcare plan for like the last 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, every time he shows up and asks him about a healthcare plan, he goes, "Yeah, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks." Mm-hmm. You know. I mean, dude sound like a deadbeat tenant. Like, oh yeah, the rent's coming.
Yeah,
it's like come on, man. So, but I mean, lucky for us, like Obamacare is still there, and they still can't get rid of it. It's moving through the courts. But I mean, now he looks hella dumb for trying to get rid of it.
Oh yeah.
Because man, how do you think you got yours?
What was he going? Well, like, what bothers me is like he campaigned on the whole thing of how he's gonna have a much better, like we're gonna have the best healthcare guaranteed, much better than Obamacare. You just wait, the best the world's ever seen, and that's like just the same con man bullshit that he's been talking about for years and years and years and years. But we haven't seen anything, and no one has said a word about that, and that trips me out. Like you would even think like Republicans might have a problem with that, seeing as how old they get old. You know, you're gonna need to use that shit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Most of your base is like 50 and older. You know, but of course, but it's basically they don't want Obamacare, but they want the Affordable Care.
Yeah. Which is,
and we've been trying to tell them for 4 years, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
You know what's funny? Now that you brought that up, I bet you if you told Trump supporters about like that were boycotting the NFL that they could still watch the National Football League, they'd be overjoyed.
Oh yeah. I don't want to watch that game with Kaepernick. Let's go watch some football.
Yeah.
Like, how can you hate somebody so bad that you don't even want health care? Like,
No, I honestly don't know, bro. Like that's the thing. Like we've gotten to a point in America where like there's so much spite that we're willing to cut off our nose to spite our face. So instead of like everyone just universally having health care that we all pay equally into, we would rather be like, I don't want we instead of everyone getting it, we will rather designate who does. We rather chop up my individual. I want to know if I'm paying $3,000 a year in taxes, I want to know exactly precisely who my $3,000 is going to. And that's
right.
just some nitpicky bullshit.
Well, it's just crude because they're like, well, I don't want those people to get it because
Mm-hmm.
that's socialism,
Yeah.
but I want it for myself. I mean, that's kind of like going to the black section of the boat and shooting a hole in
Yeah.
it.
Damn. It's like, oh, but we all gonna sink, but you niggers are gonna sink first, and you can't swim, so we know that you're gonna die before we do. Wipe out.
Exactly. We're both gonna sing, but you're going first. Okay, so let me ask you this.
What's
There's
up?
a big rumor in the same vein of Trump getting COVID. There was this rumor going around that some people thought that was fake. That Trump actually did not get COVID.
Say what?
Do you think this is fake?
Oh, do I think that Trump's faking the having the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't put it past him, but at the same time, that's too smart for him. You know what I mean?
You know what? Yeah, I agree with you.
Like,
I mean, to pull that off, you'd have to be able to like plan.
yeah, that's 3D chess right there. I'm saying like that does seem like when you break it down, it's like, I could see how someone would do that. I don't see
Right.
how he would do that. I'm positive it was more just like Hope Hicks sneezed while he was going in for a kiss on the forehead, and here we are.
Right. He can't keep track of shit. And most importantly, he can't keep a secret to save his life.
Oh shit, Kevin! I just thought of a genius one. Donald Trump got COVID because see what happens when you be grabbing bitches by the pussy, but you don't wash your hands.
Let me. I'm not okay. Well, that is a problem. However,
I need to shine that joke up a little bit, but I like
wash your hands, and that's okay.
it.
It's not an invitation to grab pussies if you wash your hands.
No, definitely. And hand sanitizer is just gonna make it stink. Hey, Mary Childers, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's perfect time. As soon as I said that, a female on the show. But yeah, like it's just really like I mean, there's nothing else you can say besides it's ironic. It's ironic that Melania's got it. It's just frustrating that like this is the funniest thing to come from this is now Trump supporters are begging for sympathy.
Right. There.
The most insufferable group of people for the last God knows how long. You've been shitty before Trump, but like you've been insufferable the last 3.5 years. Now you guys are like, come on, have some respect. You can't joke about these things. Shit, watch me.
Oh yeah. Like there's like maybe one or two people on Twitter have been like, oh, okay, let me think about this. Should we laugh? Yes.
Yes, we should.
That took about 1 second for me to make a decision about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We absolutely should laugh at that shit.
By the way, one other reason I don't think he's faking it is Trump always likes to bully the sick and the weak and the disabled. You know, so at one time Hillary Clinton had pneumonia, and he was cracking jokes on stage about her pneumonia.
I remember that.
Made fun of that disabled reporter, all that. So he likes to, bully people that get sick or hurt or whatever. So there's no way he'd set himself up to look that way.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's just not in his playbook. Otherwise, if he faked being sick, if Trump made himself, if he was lying about being sick, he would bully himself.
Yeah. What's hilarious to me is that people think that this is like within Trump's realm of possibility. Like I think he's like evil enough to do this, but I don't think he's clever enough to do this for the simple fact that like this requires reverse psychology, and I don't think he understands psychology.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. In order to pull off something like this, you'd have to understand how things actually work. So then you can tweak it so you can get things to work for yourself. He doesn't understand how anything works. All his lies are just like they're always like childish and like easy, right? I mean, and that's the difference between if somebody tried to pull this off, that'd be pretty clever. But his lies, they're always the moment you hear his lie, your immediate reaction is, "Man, get the fuck out of here."
Like, and it's so obvious. Like Trump has made it so he's normalized lying to the point that we expect it. So instead of like what we would normally do for any other public official and hold them accountable, like we just roll with it and like say like no, lie better. Like this is pathetic. Do better. Do a better job of what we expect from you.
Right. We just roll our eyes and just move on. You don't even bother to try to see if this is true or not. You don't even bother.
Yeah, like people are saying that like Trump's faking this disease, and then when in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, he's gonna come back and say he's got the strongest genes ever, and then like I saw one that said that Trump's gonna fake his own death, come back 3 days later, and then play off the Jesus angle.
Now I know that. Strangely enough, I can respect that. I can respect that lie. That would be amazing. I'd be like, okay, that's stupid as fuck, but I respect the effort.
That is Acme and Looney Tune cartoon level of planning. Like that is some weird, wacky Donald Duck shit, or not even Donald, Daffy Duck.
Right. Yeah, you've gone to the level of backwaters preacher. You've taken it even further, thinking you're in death and then pretending you're Jesus and coming back. That's like African preacher level. Yeah. Like African preachers will tell you the most preposterous shit. So an American preacher will say, Jesus talked to me yesterday. Mm-hmm. An African preacher will be like, last Friday, I went to heaven and took pictures of Jesus with this Samsung Galaxy.
No, I believe you because every day on my Facebook feed, there's at least like 5 to 10 articles that you gotta just curb because that's bullshit. To the point where like this is why Facebook has the fake news thing underneath it now. But like I used to see 4 or 5 articles a day from some African pastor that was like if you want to live forever, let me fondle your breasts and and sleep with me for a night, and you will live for and like by the 45th person in the church, they realize it's a scam.
So like the first 44 are like, maybe this guy does have life sperm.
Yeah. You've seen these. We've all seen these ads.
So you know what this means?
What's that?
So if Trump actually did do this, fake his own death and then try to come back as Jesus, he'll now be officially African.
Oh God.
He's already running like a dictator.
Well, if he does that, he'll probably have to stop renting to himself.
Like,
his children won't talk to him anymore.
Yeah, he probably start insulting himself.
I believe it.
Well, he did say in private, have you ever seen a country run by an African that isn't a shithole?
So that's where the whole shithole countries thing came from.
Oh man, but I mean, one last thing about these lies, and Trump's lies, is another reason I think that this is the truth is because his lies are structured the same way.
Mm-hmm.
He said something like preposterous, then like his handlers, like his people,
Mm-hmm.
go no, don't say that, don't say that, and then somebody like shoots him in the neck with a tranquilizer dart. And then he shows up the next day. Then he shows up the next day and like reads something off a piece of paper that he like clearly doesn't believe.
That's it. You know it's bullshit when he starts winging it halfway through. You're like, my fellow Americans, I want to apologize for my actions that these phony left-wing media have brought to my attention. So,
Right.
it's like you won't even get through the bullshit that they prepared for.
He always apologizes for his lies, like what do you call it? Like a kid that got caught doing something, and his parents is like making him apologize to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So
did you see the doctors? Did you see the doctors when they came out?
What doctors?
So on Saturday, there was a press conference with all the doctors.
Okay.
And they sent out like was it 8 or 9 doctors,
mm-hmm.
and one guy was speaking, the other guys were standing behind him, and I was like, why are there like 9 doctors at the podium talking about Trump's health?
Mm-hmm.
I think what they wanted to show was that he's very important, so he has a lot of doctors working on him.
Okay.
But the way it felt was more like, yo, if you need 9 doctors, yo, something's really wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, if you need, like, you know how they say 8 out of 9 doctors recommend this? It's like, yeah, they got all 8 out of 9. And the 9th one was like, no, he's really healthy. Trust us.
Right. If there's like 8 doctors there, that's usually, like after like a plane crash or something where they're like, we try to save him.
Mm-hmm. So we can only hope for the worst. Anyway.
So what else is going on?
One of the main reasons we're hoping for the worst is that in a almost shocking but not in the sense where you're surprised turn of events, Trump and the Republican party, I guess, are trying to push through a Republican Supreme Court justice. Your thoughts, Kevin?
Right. Which is, again, right off the bat, this is wrong because, Mitch McConnell said, when Obama was trying to get Merrick Garland his Supreme Court nominee, and after Scalia died, Mitch McConnell was like, "Oh, you can't have a Supreme Court justice in an election year."
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like these people don't understand how video works.
I never said that. We have video of you saying that. What's video?
Exactly. It's like, yo, we got you. You said you couldn't do this. It's on tape. So anyway.
Yeah, like they tried that they tried to block down, like they tried to block Obama from appointing a Supreme Court justice in an election year. They tried to block Obama from appointing a Supreme Court justice at any point in time in the 8 years he was in office. And now they're like, we got to rush this through. America needs to have justices on the Supreme Court. And I'm banned from Twitter for calling Mitch McConnell a turtle face hoe. Apparently that's hate speech. But Mitch McConnell's a turtle face hoe, and I'll tell him to his turtle fucking face. I'm getting sick of this shit.
Well, you're not wrong. I mean, where's the lie?
There is no lie. I'm just banned from Twitter, and I'm mad, but at the same time, I'm proud.
Yeah, I mean, don't they ban you for fake, for saying things that are incorrect or fake? That's not incorrect.
No, they said it was hate speech, and I would like Twitter said it was hate speech. I've been suspended indefinitely, and now that I think about it, I would like to apologize to any turtles I may have offended by that comment.
Or hoes.
Or hoes, yes. To all the working girls out there, hookers, hoes, scallywags, skeezers, all you tricks out there, I apologize for comparing you to someone as vile as Mitch McConnell.
Man, you were in and out of jail more times
I'm a
than a
repeat offender,
deadbeat
man.
dad.
I'm a Facebook felon.
Where's Corey? Oh, he in jail again?
Yep.
This dude.
I ain't seen no posts. I ain't got no memes in a week, man. What's going on?
Well, I mean, they give you a chance over and over again. But you're not wrong, man. I mean, them dudes don't even care about consistency or keeping it real or any of that. All they're doing is just we have the power. So basically, their response to any questions you have or any arguments is, so what you gonna do?
Pretty much. And they have no shame in their game at all. They're not even trying to cover it up. They're not even fielding the questions about it being obvious hypocrisy. They're just moving straight through it. So I really don't know what to do at this point. Like, we keep going over this shit like there's something we can do about it. Like, we keep discussing the topics of the day because it's funny and that's our job to make things funny, but like there's nothing that's going to change. Like, the turtle face hoe up there is going to keep blocking things and we're going to be stuck the way it is. And I don't know what else to do, you know?
Well, I mean, I think the best we can do is what we're doing now, which is, keep talking about it and keep it in people's minds.
Yeah.
Because, people have no attention span, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, what?
I say because people... All right.
Nah, but check it out. Do you know anything about the Supreme Court justice they're appointing? I'm not even sure her name, but I do know a little bit about her religious background.
Oh yeah. She's one of them church people that stare at you a little too hard. You know what I'm saying?
Like, she's one of those church people that thinks a prayer is a spell. Like, when they talk to Jesus, it's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah. She really feels that the Holy Spirit is inside of her and she could use it as a weapon.
Yeah. And that's it. And I've also heard some stuff that said, like, she's part of I almost said cult. I don't want to get, like, I don't care about going back to Facebook jail, but I ain't trying to, have some white coats just take me away. And the next thing you know, I'm being strung up to a cross. But, like, she used to belong to this church group where they, like, hold these weird standards where, like, the man is, like, the head of the household and is infallible. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, let's hear her out.
She might have a point here.
Yeah, like maybe this could work. But when you think about it, as far as in terms of women's rights and who just passed away, rest in peace, RBG, it looks like this could be a long walk back for a lot of ladies out there.
You got to call your girl into the house and be like, "Hey, have you seen this?" She may have. I'm just saying. Maybe she has maybe you should take a look at this. Let's have a discussion.
I haven't seen The Handmaid's Tale, but I get the gist of it. I don't know if that's what we're heading for.
Those people are bananas because they really think that the Bible. I mean, there's some people that are religious and take some parts and leave out some parts.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are like super fundamental. Like they, so you can't do anything about them. The weird part about it too is she has like 2 black kids.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she adopted them from Haiti.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. There's the rep. This is gonna get weird. Sorry, I was just sending you the link from earlier. And we've got dead air. Okay, we'd like to take a moment to talk about our sponsor today, which is nobody, but we're gonna work on that. Back together.
Sorry, I was distracted by the thing that you sent.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm always a little creeped out by white people that adopt black kids.
Oh, most definitely.
I mean, it feels like there's a savior complex in these white people, and you don't know what they're telling those black kids. I mean, you definitely know they're not doing their hair right. I mean, that's right out the gate.
You know what I've often wondered? Every time I see Charlize Theron outside of a movie, she's with her black son that she's raising to be a daughter. And as a straight male, I'm not allowed to have an opinion on such things. But I have questions.
Yeah, that's where it gets a little dicey.
Yeah.
Not just the whether or not children should even be allowed to decide what their gender is at that young age, but it gets dicier for anybody that wants to discuss it.
Yeah.
If you want to get on a microphone and talk about that in front of people, be my guest.
Yeah. But
I ain't touching it.
But there's a third layer to this particular situation where it's a rich white woman and a black child. So it's like, It's like, but here's the poll. I'm not touching that one with this. But I do have questions.
Yeah. I mean, the gender part I'm definitely not touching, but the rich white lady with the black kid, yeah, that's not. I mean, it feels like they it looks like they bought a handbag or something,
Yeah.
But, I went on I went on a vacation to Africa, and look what I brought back. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like, and I'm like,
Angelina Jolie has like what 3, 4 right now.
Charlize Theron?
No, I said Angelina Jolie.
Something like that.
Yeah, didn't every time she goes on vacation, every 2 movies she comes back with another kid.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like these are not like paintings. You just oh, it looks so good. I just had to get one for myself. You should get one too. They're a lot of fun. Like,
oh god.
And it's especially the religious ones that get those kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I mean, it is. I mean, those. And they I don't know.
Long story short,
there was a couple that got like 5 black kids or something like that, and they decided they drove a bus with all 5 of the kids off a cliff.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Worst Brady Bunch episode ever.
What's that?
Oh, excuse me. Worst Partridge Family episode ever.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh man, yeah, it's like like the final episode of Different Strokes.
Oh damn. All right, kids, get in the car. We're gonna go get ice cream for the last time.
Oh man. Anyway,
this took a dark turn. Okay, let's just bring this back to shore.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about something lighter, like Corona. There's
the beer or the virus, because both are just as bad for you.
Well, there's no light. Speaking of let's talk a little about the NFL. Apparently now in the NFL, coronavirus is officially the 12th man.
Yeah, it's hanging around the locker rooms, it's cheering for teams. Woo! Yeah!
Oh man,
it took down Tennessee, right?
I don't know if you heard this, but was it 18 people in the Tennessee Titans got it?
Damn. Players are like part of the staff or what?
9 players and 9 staff. Yeah, so they don't know what they're gonna do with this team, and I'm telling people the NFL should not be playing right now. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, they're kind of doing the same thing baseball's doing, and baseball's had a few outbreaks here and there, but like teams just kind of that is kind of your season though. It's like you got like 9 guys on the IR.
Right. I mean, by Christmas, like football's gonna be 5-on-5 flag football.
Pretty much.
But
like that's what's gonna happen when you like. That just goes to show how divided this country really is on this issue, because there's states that are really, really trying to distance and keep safety procedures in place, and states like Texas and Florida is just like, hey, fuck it, football. And ironically, football is more dangerous than COVID, but you know, it is what it is. Like, we need our sports, and I'm surprised it's only been we've only had this small of an outbreak. Like, I thought there'd be more by now.
Yeah. I mean, they managed to tap down some of it, but within the first like two or three weeks, a bunch of people from a bunch of teams got taken out. But the Titans are the ones that got the worst, like 9 players.
Yeah,
man. And then of course, the NFL comes out and says, well, here we at the NFL, we care very deeply about player safety. And everybody's like, you're the NFL.
Yeah. Tell that to your former players that were driving the wrong way on the freeway to kill themselves. You guys really care.
Yeah, I mean, your game is people colliding with each other at like 30 miles an hour. Right?
Yeah.
So
every play is a car crash. So, but we care.
Right. We're gonna work very hard to make sure our players are safe.
Mm-hmm.
Since when? So anyway, that's I don't know how this is gonna go down, but I really think that they should just, but of course they're not gonna give up their money.
Nah.
Never that. And this happened in college football too, and you could tell because the smaller schools and the smaller conferences were like, no, we're not playing. But the big schools, like like the SEC, those leagues, they're like, we want our money.
Yeah, because that's the only money that they're gonna get. What's the story? Eugene Covenant wants to know what's the story with the headwear. Well, Kevin he was an extra in Beat It, and he's working on his knife skills. And I'm getting my hair done later, but in case you're wondering, I am part of the No Limit Soldiers. Sorry, I interrupted you, Kevin.
Yeah, I just joined the gang. I don't
yeah, you joined a gang 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You joined a gang in a dance studio.
Look, I watched Michael Jackson's Bad video and then El DeBar's Rhythm of the Night and got very inspired by Puerto Rican gangs. From
Kevin's out there stabbing people in mom jeans.
But NFL doesn't give a damn if the quarterback is coughing while he snapped the ball. Okay?
Yep. As long as Tom Brady doesn't have COVID, the game will continue. That's all they care about.
Man, have you seen him play this season? I haven't seen any of the games.
I heard he's doing half decent. Like, he had one bad game and one good game, and it's Tom Brady. He'll figure it out.
He'll be all right.
Yeah. Like, he's still, like, people are, like, he's one of those, he's like LeBron. He's so good, people want him to fail.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, of course, for obvious reasons. I mean, the guy has got, like, 5 Super Bowl rings or whatever?
Yeah.
Married to a supermodel. His baby mama's a model.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck that guy. That's not even. That doesn't require any sort of like deep psychological.
No, you're right. I agree with you. It's just. I guess if Tom Brady was a nicer guy, people would cheer for him more. I don't care. He's just a guy that throws a football.
But you notice Tom Brady never says anything about anything
ever.
Like he's like a robot. Like when you ask him questions, well, I'm just here to play the right way, and I'm just here. I want to win, and
all American
I have great
Tom.
teammates, and I mean the usual sort of like robotic, and NFL statements that have no statements.
Prototype quarterback.
What's that?
Prototype quarterback. In fact, you know who else is a prototype quarterback? Drew Brees. He was such a prototype quarterback that when he gave his answer earlier this year, that shit bit him in the ass. Because he just kept saying the thing he's been saying ever since 9/11. You know, it's like, oh, I support our troops, and I fully stand behind our right to, support the flag, and blah, 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 blah. And New Orleans tore him a new asshole.
Oh, I don't remember this. What happened?
You don't remember? Like, that's honestly, it's not your fault. That's part of A, we have cabin fever, all cooped up inside, and B, we all kind of have this news cycle ADHD. Like, it was in the beginning of the season, like 4 weeks ago. Drew Brees, like they asked Drew Brees about Black Lives Matter or like kneeling for the flag or something like that. No, it had something to do with like players kneeling for the flag, and he said he still wants players to stand or something in respect to the flag, and people ripped him apart. And he went on an apology tour that was it was so pitiful, it was just great. and yeah, here we are. So he's still Drew Brees.
Yeah. I mean, he has his money. It's probably like one. Like
you can't cancel Drew Brees. He's already got his money. He's going to the Hall of Fame. You can't stop it. He can go out there right now and say, "I hate black people," even though that wouldn't be true because he has to throw to them. So, like, it is what it is.
And there's that thing called the offensive line.
Yeah,
you definitely want to keep on those guys' good side.
Or better yet, the defensive line is all black and they're coming for you.
Yeah, if you don't stay on the offensive line's good side, it will matador your ass.
Yep.
Ole!
Indeed.
Man, but you know what happened to Drew Brees? Now that you explained it, I think what happened is the party line was always stand for the flag. And then when things blew up, the NFL changed the party line.
Yep.
And it's like he just didn't get the memo.
Or it was just, honestly, I think it was just muscle memory. It was a question that is like being a quarterback. Like, like you run the 26 wide banana or whatever John Gruden talks about, and you look for your left, you look to your right, you check down, you throw to the right guy. It's just muscle memory. And he's like they said, and someone said, "Hey, what do you feel about standing for the flag?" And he just said, 26 wide banana, check down, left to the right. Boom. And they were like, "No, that's an interception." It was like, what are you talking about? That's all they play all the time.
Just threw the ball to nobody. The wide receiver's like, we don't run that play no more, bro.
Exactly. He didn't know. He's still running the old playbook.
Right. He just got caught flat-footed that way.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. There's of course, now that we have black quarterbacks now, Patrick Mahomes is Super Bowl.
Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson.
Lamar Jackson's a dude.
We got like six, man. Poor Deshaun Watson. Poor Deshaun. Like Bill O'Brien should be brought up on a hate crime for trading away DeAndre Hopkins because he just wants he just wants Watson to fail.
Right. Well, I don't know what his reason is. But that's like me being a NASCAR driver and you just take one of my wheels off.
Yeah.
Like.
And Kyler Murray's little ass is out there balling because he's got two Hall of Fame wide receivers out there that are used to not having a good quarterback to throw to.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Why would you do that? Like that's a head scratcher. Like nobody knows it wasn't for money. Like they had the money.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's draft picks, but it's like, are you tanking? But that would be like what you would do if like DeAndre Hopkins was in his last years or something like that, and you're trying to do like a Bill Belichick thing where you trade him a year early before a year too late to get a draft pick if you know, like, hey, we're going to be shit this year. But you weren't supposed to be shit this year.
Yeah. I mean, you built up a good team, and it wasn't like the typical NFL thing is like what you're saying, where it's like guy's on his last year, and that's when the contract balloons, right? And they're like, oh yeah, 10 million the first year, 20 million your last year, and they're like, 20 million, you ain't getting that.
Eugene says Hopkins popped off at O'Brien. I would too if you're gonna trade him for nothing. Shit, man. Like, who needs to pop off at O'Brien? fucking Watson. I was like, dude, I'm out here getting my ass kicked because I have no one to throw to. Normally when I look over my left shoulder, I don't even have to look. He's open. And I throw it somewhere in that general region and he catches it because he's amazing. And you know who I got over there now? I don't fucking know. Who is this guy?
Right. Pick somebody up off the scrapyard.
Okay, number 42, do your best.
Right, and nobody's good enough to clean up Deshaun Watson's mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's one of these like running QBs that just like, his strength is not really throwing. It's like, give me the ball and run.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with the league this year. I think Cam got COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he did. He got it and like got past it, right?
I don't know if he's still on an IR.
Oh wait, he's out with COVID. Like he's not playing right now.
I'm pretty sure he's not playing.
I'm pretty sure he played last week.
Huh.
So I'm lost here. I'm like, Cam had a good game last week, actually.
He said Newton posted on Instagram there's taking the time to get healthy, and this was like 3 hours ago.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
if you hate the Patriots like most of the NFL fan bases, congratulations. They postponed the game. Damn. Oh wait, was the Titans supposed to play the Patriots?
Who was supposed to play? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but like that's another thing with COVID. Like when one team gets it, you gotta you gotta quarantine the other team they just played and all the other shit. You know?
Right. Because they gotta check and make sure everybody's okay.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of his teammates got it too. Man, the whole thing is collapsing, man.
That's what you expect. Like the NBA is working because they got a bubble. They quarantined everybody apart. The NFL is just like, it'll be fine.
Right. Yeah, let's just trust a bunch of 20-something-year-olds, that that we can't these go out there and get DUIs like every week.
Yeah,
these people don't exactly follow the rules.
Let's trust let's trust a bunch of newly made millionaires with brain trauma and see how they do.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so basically this is not even a football season. This is a war of attrition.
So how's that different from football season?
We've added one more enemy. We've added one more way to get hurt. So basically, the Super Bowl will be whoever's left.
Yeah, and it's funny because when they decided they were going to go ahead with this, I was like, people are going to die. But it's the NFL. People die every year in the NFL. People die in training camp in the NFL, and nobody really cares. People die from the heat in training camp in the NFL. But now it's like exactly that people are going to die from a disease, but it's not going to matter if it's like your second-string punter. It's going to matter if it's Tom Brady. Like, in order for matter of fact, the best thing for the world right now is if Tom Brady got COVID. Like, Trump has COVID, so now there's kind of like there's a 50-50 of like whether or not scientists want to help him. If Tom Brady got COVID, we'd have a vaccine in 6 hours.
Yeah. I mean, because he's the face of the league, and people finally take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're like your second string QB or a practice squad guy, all right, he wasn't gonna play anyway.
Eugene would like to chime in. Go ahead. There
aren't enough hotel rooms in one place for all the NFL groupies.
Lies, treachery, and deceit. They have all of Disney World down there. I'm pretty sure they can make something work.
There's no bubble for Instagram thotties. Oh my God. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that at least we got the NBA, and at least that's that seems to be running pretty well. You know, they don't get any trouble, and I will allow a small discussion about the Lakers.
Oh, you'll allow it. Well, thank you, Your Majesty.
I will
This
allow it.
this is wonderful. It sucks that it's in the bubble. It sucks that it's like you don't have the same environment that you would in the normal finals with the crowd screaming and shit like that, and you get the 2K background. But damn it, if we win this one, we got number 17. I don't care if we got to have a Zoom parade. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be drunk.
A Zoom parade?
I don't fucking know how we're supposed to do this, Kevin. This don't make sense. We're watching the NBA Finals in October. The finals. Like, right. The fucking preseason is supposed to start in 2 weeks.
Right. The finals were supposed to be in June.
Yeah.
I don't know. So what are we gonna do watching the Zoom parade for the Lakers? We just gonna get our own confetti and like throw it on our own heads? Like, how's this supposed to work?
This is so unfair. Like, I mean, like it's not fair, but I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like,
just there in your own living
like,
room.
Just think about it though. If this is the Warriors, you would take this. You would take this and run with it. You'd be like, yes, we got number 6 or 5 or how many championships you have? This would be number 5. You're like, yeah, we got number 5. Astros be damned. We got our 5th championship.
Kevin better get some Jordan 11s when they start rioting. Yeah, I'm gonna do riot in my own living room, like.
Yeah, exactly. Then all that shit the white people be talking about. Oh, they're just burning down their own neighborhoods. Yeah, it'd be my actual house. I'm rioting in my living room.
Yeah, Eugene. I'm gonna see if I can get you some Jordan 11s. Yeah, they break some shit. But you're right, though. I mean, okay, real talk. If the Warriors were winning, yeah, I'll take this bubble championship. You know, it's still a ring, and anybody that wants to put an asterisk on it, that's crazy because everybody has the same environment.
You know who wouldn't have put an asterisk by it if they could have got a chance to play for it? The Clippers.
You still haven't stopped laughing about the Clippers.
Oh my God, Kevin! Like I was like, you understand? They've been building up to this whole thing all year. Like and all the things, like all the planets aligned. The Lakers did their goddamn job. They showed up in the Western Conference Finals. Who was there when we got there? The Denver Nuggets. We were just as confused as the rest of you.
Right.
Like, hold on. We were expecting the Clippers. We had just come back from a week off. We were well rested and all stretched out. Let's play this game. Wait a minute. Where's Kawhi?
Right. Are you guys on the right court? They're just in the other court, right? They're like, no. We're playing you. Roll the ball out. Let's go.
Oh, okay. And then we beat them 5 games. Or was it even that? Yeah, it was 5 games. So it was just like, oh my God. That brought me more joy than the Lakers getting back to the finals was watching Clippers fall apart in the way they fell apart. It wasn't just that they blew a 3-1 lead. Like, with all due respect, the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead, but it was against LeBron James after you lost a player that you really needed and all these other things going on. The Clippers had no excuses. Like, they in the game that they had to close it out in Game 5 with a 3-1 lead and a 20-point lead in the second half, they blew that one. Some team points in the next game, blew that one. Double digits lead in the next game, blew that one. Way off B.
Yeah,
How are you not entertained?
I mean, by the time it was by the end of 3-2, when it's like the middle of the 6th game, like you could see it in people's eyes. They're like, "Uh-oh." I mean, you have 2 All-Stars and the 16th and the 6th Man of the Year. I mean, you got Lou Williams. I mean, they were loaded.
Loaded. And what?
So, But I mean, the right thing happened. Like Doc Rivers just got tossed on his ass after
The
that. They're
Clippers
like,
are that ugly
okay,
chick watching.
we gave you Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Jordan. Couldn't get it done. We
Yep.
gave you all these guys. Couldn't get it done. All right, bro.
Eugene would like to chime in. The Clippers are that ugly chick watching the ugly other girl's purses in the club, talking smack like she looked like one of her friends. Yeah. And the best thing about this is, like, everywhere you look at it from a Laker perspective, I have every reason to relish this because they stuck the knife in our back this offseason. We all thought we were getting Kawhi, we all thought we were getting Paul George, and everybody else was happy to be like, ha ha ha, y'all ain't get shit. We got Anthony Davis. That seemed to work out. But before that happened before we got Anthony Davis. So everybody was laughing their fucking asses off. Like, oh my God, the Clippers are going to win a championship. And now they did all that, and now they don't get another draft pick until, like, Lonzo's baby is old enough to play.
Right. They're gonna have to wait for. We have to wait for Bronny.
Yeah. Bronny's kid will be like 5 at that point. Not to mention all the players they got are on their way. Lemon Pepper Lou, he's gone. He's gonna go someplace else. Montrezl Harrell, he's already out the door, 1 foot out the door. Like he's got his middle finger up and his bag packed.
I mean, look, if you have a great year like that and you're 6th man of the year, it's time to cash out.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not gonna be there. They have a new coach, and so it's gonna be hard to get that system.
Doc Rivers got fired. Oh my God, this could not have happened to a better fan base, man. And there are no Clipper fans. There are Clipper fans that been around for a while. Like, if you started watching basketball and you were a Blake Griffin and Chris Paul fan, then you're probably heartbroken because they traded them away like they were nothing. So, what? There are no Clipper fans. I kind of feel bad for Billy Crystal, but other than that, send him to Seattle.
If you're a fan from back in the Danny Manning days or something, all right, get some respect. But I mean, I just love the fact that you haven't stopped laughing. It's been a week.
It's still funny. It's still fresh to me. It's still funny to me.
You got to exhaust yourself.
I'm trying I'm pacing myself as best I can, but I'm not promising anything.
But you know who's putting an asterisk on the game though, right?
Who's that?
So the Chicago Bulls legend Scottie Pippen says that the bubble games are not real games. He said without the fans, without the travel, without that pressure, he called it a quote unquote pickup game.
Okay.
Yeah. So Scottie Pippen is throwing dirt on the Lakers on your ring.
Something about between Scottie Pippen and Paul Pierce makes me think that there's something about being a retired small forward that makes you a hater. Because you can't just look for the last time Scottie Pippen said something nice about somebody. And I get that he's going through a divorce, so that is what it is. But just try and find it. He also said LeBron couldn't lead a team to the finals. I'm like, you are the last person to say anybody can't lead anything.
Right. I mean,
Mr. Robin.
Didn't Jordan have to hold your hand throughout the first couple of championships?
Did Jordan give you permission to criticize us?
I don't get it, man. If you didn't win anything, I could see how you could be old and bitter. Mm-hmm. But you got 6 rings. Why are you old and bitter?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I got nothing, dude. I think he just wants something to say. I think they put these guys on the show so they have something to say, to be contrary about. That's pretty much, they turned Kendrick Perkins into a wrestling heel. You know what I mean? Kendrick Perkins is the big black Skip Bayless. That's all they're doing. So it's, right. I don't even think they believe this shit. It's just okay, we need one of y'all to be the asshole. So 1, 2, 3, not it. And it's you didn't raise your hand fast enough, so now you got to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it is kind of like that WWE like writing room where they're just like,
Mm-hmm.
this is just part of the stories that they're telling.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not real,
Because
man.
it's just not possible for one person to be consistently angry about everything. You know,
Everything though. It's like
I mean,
don't you still
there's
like
always going
this
to be. I
game?
mean, you could be like maybe angry about certain, excuse me, certain topics
Mm.
or certain teams, but I mean, no matter what topic you throw out, you got some dirt. You throwing salt on everybody's name. Like, what's that about?
Just pure anger. I think, yeah, like Andre, like, or excuse me, like Eugene said, he's still mad Phil didn't call that play for him back in the day.
I mean, no, okay. So maybe that was that. Maybe, so that was that. There was a famous player. People remember this, where he was supposed to get the ball, and I forgot who they gave the ball to. It was like Steve Kerr or
Tony
somebody
Kukoc.
like that. And he thought, I'm the man. This is crunch time. I should
Mm-hmm.
get the ball. And he didn't want to get up. Like coach told him to get back in the game, and he sat down. He refused to play.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen that at any level of basketball.
Yeah,
You do that. You do that shit on a high school team. Refuse to get up and run a play because you mad.
I'm
That's
surprised Mike
it.
ain't punch him right in his face.
I don't know. You can't, man. You can't do that.
Oh wait, that's
You
why
can't do that in
Mike
college.
had been retired at that point.
It's just not a thing that you do. So and actually like afterwards, if you watch the Last Dance, like his teammates got together and were like, if you ever do that shit again, I won't.
See, it was Tony Kukoc, right? That's what I thought it was.
Tony Kukoc. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, so maybe that was an early indication that he has a little bit of just that old that bitterness in him, and this was even when he was playing, when he was
Yeah,
winning.
it's like, why are you mad, bro? Like you're, well, I mean, like he's probably mad over that contract, but you got your
Well,
money back. Like over the course of your career, you made more money from your basketball contract than Michael Jordan did. None of the
right.
endorsement money, but like you did get more like actual game checks than MJ.
That's true. That's true. Michael made more of his money like shoes and whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but maybe he's just mad because his wife took half his money. I don't know.
I mean, like Mike's wife did that too. I mean, like that's like it's a rite of passage. It's gonna happen. Like if you marry, if you're a basketball player and you get married, your wife is going to take half. It's tradition.
Right? It's tradition.
It's
Yeah, I
tradition.
guess if you get married, you should just immediately start setting aside half of your money,
Yeah.
like like a 401k. Just put that money over there because that's gonna be gone.
Better yet, just do like other rich people, like rich finance dudes do, and just like put your money in like an offshore account that like no one knows about. So that way she gets half of the money you declare. And then you can just go over to Tahiti and just chill out.
Right. Yeah. Your wife's divorce lawyer is. It says that his net worth is $5. How is this possible?
He owns a record label. By the way, on that same vein, shout out to Dr. Dre for winning that case.
oh,
Oh, we are
oh,
just
that's.
terrible misogynists.
I. I mean, I mean, in California, the deck is so stacked.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, like right out the gate, and then and it's so egregious too. Like she was Dr. Dre's ex-wife wanted like what a couple 100,000 for entertainment.
She wanted 1.2 million a year. Or no. 1.2 million a month. A month. Every 30 days, Kevin. $1.2 million. And OJ
I
can't
mean,
leave Nevada. That's some bullshit.
1.2. Maybe I haven't been properly entertained.
Nah, you have not. Not to the tune of $1.2 million a month, motherfucker. A month.
What
A
kind of
month.
entertainment is that?
A month.
I mean, even if you go to a strip club and just make it rain, you could probably like carry like I don't know like 100,000 max. You still
Ladies,
got 900,000 to go.
let me just flip this shit real quick because I know we're going to lose some of our female viewers on this subject. But ladies, just imagine if Oprah married Stedman and Stedman divorced her and he wanted $1.2 million a month for nothing.
Right. No, for entertainment.
She would be like, nigga, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym?
Entertainment. Like, what kind of cable TV package does this woman have?
I don't know. Like, and like, if the audacity of you to say you need a couple $100,000 a month for entertainment, you're married to Dr. Dre. You need entertainment? You're married to Aftermath Records.
It's so egregious.
Get at the Rolodex, call an artist, have them come over and entertain you.
Right, exactly. It's like, do you want to listen to Lenny Kravitz? Oh, I'm gonna go get Lenny Kravitz to come to your house.
Yeah.
You can do that.
You're married to Andre Young. You're married to headphones. And you're not entertained?
I just no, I don't. I mean, I don't think. Okay, the only way this is reasonable is if there's some weird loophole where if you take the money and you label it entertainment, that you. I mean, it doesn't mean that you actually use the money for entertainment.
I see what you mean.
You have to do that for some weird tax loophole. I don't know. I've never seen $1 million. I don't know how this works.
I hope I will one day, but man, I feel you on that. And it's just 1.2 million a month, Kevin. Like every 30 days, every 4 weeks. That's $300,000 a week. That's a house a week.
Jeez. Oh, so let's go on a weekend trip. Where are we going? Mars.
How do you need $300,000 a week? You need to be entertained. You're married to Dr. Dre. Snoop, just text Snoop.
Exactly. Good. Hey, I really want to hear that new Mac 10 album.
Oh my God.
Said nobody recently.
Yeah.
But
okay. I think we covered everything for the week. Is there anything else we need to talk about? We've gone about an hour. Anything pertinent? Anything burning?
One last note.
What's up?
We did talk a lot about sports at the end, but in the beginning we talked about this situation. Everybody, please wear a mask, and especially if you're a Trump supporter.
Especially if you're a Trump supporter.
Your mom would say, if your friends jump off a cliff, would you do it too?
Well, your friends just got sick. You gonna get sick too?
Right. It used to be a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Now it's a real question.
I've learned that conservatives only give a fuck about a subject when it pertains to someone they know and care about. Well, now someone you know and care about has the disease. Take it seriously. Okay? Right. Wear a mask. The fact that you can't get your hair cut or go to a movie is not that fucking important. Wear a mask and we'll get back to it. Simple. Right. We've been preaching this for weeks now, and tens of you have listened.
Says the man who's about to get his hair done.
Yeah, exactly. With the mask on.
Nah. Well, I'm
going to be socially distant. She'll be behind me the whole time.
We're still, the Zoom world it's kind of inconsistent. So, do you have anything popping?
Not in the near future. I will have something soon though. I'm still figuring it out. I got some live shows at the end of the month. I'll be posting about that. I'm going up to Danville for Kabir's show, and I'm doing another gig out in
live shows. What's that?
In Modesto. So Yeah. When I have more information about that, I'll post it. So I'll probably be telling people more about that next week. But other than that, thank you all for tuning in to the Showtime and Kev podcast. I'm Corey Showtime.
I'm Kevin Monroe.
And this has been another one. Thank you all for tuning in. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up off my Wi-Fi. Seriously, man. The neighbors are watching, and I don't want to get throttled.
Right. Oh, you're already in trouble.
All right.